I'm just saying, even in business, the average millionaire, even in business, is in their 60s. So play the
Um,
game smart, man. Play the
let,
game
let's
smart.
let's dive into the last one. This is yours because you're a thought.
That's a fact. Let's do it.
uh, how would
Love
you
me
feel
some
if your
Dutchy.
how would you feel if your wife started an OnlyFans page?
Um,
I feel like
we
you
talk.
okay with it.
You know what? I would be okay with it if we lived an alternative lifestyle that wasn't so that we lived a lifestyle that was alternative, like on the edge. And if we didn't have promising careers, like if she didn't make the kind of money she made, or I didn't make the kind of money I made, and especially with the potential of our careers to make even more money, I wouldn't be adamantly against it because I've seen only because I subscribe to OnlyFans now. If you got a popping OnlyFans and you got some good stuff on there, I'm gonna subscribe. But I've seen it work to where the couple, the girl or the guy, or even sometimes both, they hide their identity. They hide their, well, it's usually either or. It's never usually both, but either or, they usually hide their identity, their face, so you don't really see their eyes and stuff. So you never know who they really are, but you enjoy the work. So I've seen it. It will probably be something like that. But that, again, that's if we lived the on the edge lifestyle and didn't have promising careers. So one thing that I like to always employ is that, because I follow a lot of porn stars. I had conversations with a few. I'm cool with one of them. What most people, especially women, don't take into mind is that how detrimental it can be to their future, and how their children have to pay for their decision to do porn, or do become a sex worker. It's not them who only has to deal with the consequences, but your child, your son. In fact, I remember I was just crazy. I was watching NFL, Mike Vick and Shannon Sharp, Undisputed today, and they was like, one of the questions they ask you, when you're coming out of college going into the NFL draft is, has your mom ever been a prostitute? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that you be like, damn, my mom had an OnlyFans account. And they dug that shit up. Your kids get bullied at school or whatever, constantly having to look behind your back, constantly getting harassed, your son getting harassed, all type of, it's those consequences and I understand a lot of women looking for a quick buck. They looking to, it look fun. It look like, they love to have sex anyway, so they might as well get paid for it. I get the whole idea behind it. They stripping and they find this is a safer route to, make their money in the industry. I get it. Again, I'll say always look at the consequences of it all, especially if there's a dude behind it, the scene's trying to egg you on to do, sex work. It's like he ain't the one doing the sex work a lot of the time. He your pimp, really. He your manager, quote unquote. But he ain't the one that got to risk his career and jeopardize his identity being out there as you. And on top of that, most women don't make the money like that. They look at some of these accounts that go viral. Some of these girls making six figures a month, nearly 6 figures a week. They say, oh, I can do that. Yeah, but you're not making the kind of sacrifices those girls are doing.
Man, and that's I'm gonna stop you right there because
Yeah.
that's the motherfuckers that I need to talk to. Because motherfuckers get to thinking that listen, you ain't the best at your profession right now. They didn't. You're not the best at what you never been the best at anything you really did. You've been good. You've been mediocre. But what make you think you gonna get your fans only page popping off so much that you think you gonna this the one thing you gonna be in the 1% at?
I'm telling you, everybody think they're gonna be the exception to the
So
goddamn rule.
so so you telling me that you gonna be this is your thing. This is that thing that's gonna make you who you get the fuck. And you my wife? Now I will say my caveat to this is my response is if my wife wanted to do it, I would be much more supportive of a hands and feet fans only page than I would anything having to do with the rest of her body.
If I
If
see
she
two big
if
ass feet out there,
if she wanted to spend, if niggas wanted to do whatever they do to her feet and her hands, and she never show the rest of her body, I might be highly supportive. I think the other part that we got to think about is the psychosocial effect. After you, let's say you do make it big, right? People think about making it big, don't think about ever coming down from being that high, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, bro.
And so you doing this for some sort of validation. Maybe money is the validation. Maybe it's the likes and the responses. What happened when that shit dry up though? What happened when your feet wrinkle? When you dry up a little bit, when you know what I'm saying? What are you, unless you do everything in your power to be so successful and then move from there, the longevity in that thing alone is not enough to sustain you. And so based on how I am, I'm a career professional. It's hard. I have to, even if my woman made a meal a year, a meal a month, and she didn't want me to work, I gotta still figure out where my value is too. It's a lot of things that's gonna happen. What's our dynamic gonna be like? Not because she makes more, but if you got a fans only page and your shit popping, and then 1 month I'm bringing home 7 to 10,000, and you bringing home 7 to 10,000 a week. That's I can't lie and say that's not going to be an ego hit, because we're talking about a shift in the way that our lives can be orientated. And I couldn't do that. That's ego. But the other part of it is I have to be responsible. Most of those people who think about a fans only page, everybody who say they're gonna do something for a short amount of time, and if they start making money and you ain't make that type of money before, you don't know how to get out. Niggas don't know how to get out the dope game. Once somebody start paying you $1,500 just to send pictures of your feet when they can go on Pornhub and look up all the videos they want, man,
I'm telling you.
It's a lifestyle that comes with that.
I'm telling you.
And it's a psychological shift that has to happen with it as well.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't do it by and large for 99% of OnlyFans page, but I could do it for that 1% that is like hands and feet, where my wife and her identity is still protected. And now we only have to work with the ego. We don't have to go out in public and they disrupting us, or, they know who she is, or, that's a whole different dynamic, because now I feel like I gotta go into protective mode for something like that. And that's not
right. I mean, and I think that's another thing that's not considered with the disposition that puts your man in. Like, he gotta now be on guard, and it can cause him to be overreactive in situations where he normally wouldn't have reacted such a way. You know what I'm saying? Because he his girl doing her thing online and stuff, and it's just that it's not. Again, I think prostitution should be legal, especially above the age of 25. Some say 21. And
25. That's an odd ass age.
Well, because I think a woman
your insurance go down.
Nah, I think because she's much more mature. It's hard for her to be talked into a pimp situation. But but that's just me. Hey.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why that's not going. Why that age alone, right? I'll give you the current history. August Alsina's over 25.
Right.
Jada Pinkett Smith is still the predator in the world's eyes.
Right. To the world. Right.
Right. Which means that if prostitution was legal, there's always going to be somebody preying on these girls, no matter how old the girls are.
Right. So like I said, I think it's whatever the age you think, that's cool. But the point I want to get on is that I think that you should just be focused on it's so many other ways to make money and get to your goals or what you need to do versus selling sex, because you're not ready for them consequences. How many old porn stars still around selling sex and selling it for less than $1,000? And these girls are legends.
I'm gonna be honest
Excellence.
with you. Pinky is the best example that I can give of a porn star that's matriculating into a better space. And I don't know
But
all of them.
even, but you got to say what is a better space, because that's what we see on social media.
No,
You
no,
know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
saying
You
because
might not really.
she created her own little porn whatever, and she putting on younger porn stars. She's trying to be the Gucci Mane
Platform.
of porn.
No, I see what you're saying. Pinky XX, her platform, which is a
She
dope
wanna
platform, by
she
the way. I
wanna
don't
be
know if
the
you follow.
Diddy. She wanna be the
Now,
Diddy of porn.
Cherokee DS has the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
I
know.
ain't know that.
Oh yeah, I follow.
Oh,
So,
Cherokee was back. My lady know about Cherokee, so
well, nah, I think yeah, Cherokee, she got a great platform too, like similar to Pinky's. But even again, you look at these women. Like I remember I watched Pinky on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, and she said, had she had it to do all over again, she would never go into porn.
what would she have done?
I don't know. I think she said she would have picked up another skill and done something else, but she said she would never go into porn. You know, that's telling. That's a sign that this ain't what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you constantly being sexualized, you constantly being like you treated as a piece of meat everywhere you go. You know, and it's not right that we do that, but you know that's what comes with that industry. That I don't think most girls are really prepared to take on, especially as they get older and just get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to not be treated as a piece of meat. They're gonna want some respect,
Yeah.
and it's just hard. You're not gonna always be able to afford security. So those are things you gotta always, I guess, consider. You know.
Hmm.
So I ain't my girl when it first came out and started popping. My girl would have arguments about that, and I'm like, no, not about her doing it, but she would try to justify women doing it. And I just was like, you don't understand what I understand. Like this, just because OnlyFans is the new wave right now, it's a wave, it's a fad. It's gonna, webcam and sex cams have always been around, but trust me, most girls never make the money that the top girls make. Then
And
you'll
what's
never
gonna
make
happen when the smoke clear?
exactly, and you're gonna be at the bottom. Then you're gonna find yourself in compromised positions where it's hard for you to get employment, or a business is going because it's hard for you to get clients to take you serious in the private sector, because they seen sex work online is gonna be hard, and now you find yourself in a compromised position where you're willing to compromise your integrity to do things sexual to be able to keep up with the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? To keep up with the bills. You know what I'm saying? So that shit get real tricky, man. Real tricky. I always say look at what the average person is doing in the industry before going into the industry thinking you're going to be the upper the exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? So because it's a
Yeah.
large percentage between girls who making 6 figure a month to girls making a
And
hundred a month,
but
nothing
that's
a
what I
month,
tell
1,000 a
women.
month.
Women
You
seem
still
so
got to invest
shocked.
in the equipment. You got to invest in that shit. Like
Women seem so shocked because I tell them the same thing about strippers. Like everybody thinks strippers make 6 figures, $1 million and shit like that.
I'm telling you, Mo3
But
just said that the other day on his Say Cheese interview.
most people don't understand. For every highlight headlining Magic City stripper, it's 300,000 ain't shit strippers. For every, you think and it's some women in Magic City that ain't making money like that. That's making regular salaries. But you gotta
Not
understand,
even
man.
regular. Not even regular.
But just you gotta think too, like a lot of
Why
these
you think
women
that
dancing for $5, they might get
$5, bro?
even if they
$10
even
maybe.
if they get $500 in a night, even if they getting $500 in a night, that's a good night. You dancing for $5 dances and $10 dances. You got to get 50 dances off while you got all of this competition around
But
you who
but
got
listen,
flat
but,
stomachs
but on top of that, you gotta tip out. You gotta cash out the club. You gotta cash out security. You gotta
and
cash out
bartenders
the bartender.
what
You gotta cash
and
out the people that help you get the money, pick
and
the
the life
money
you
up.
live and the life you live. You probably in there drinking. You probably in there smoking. You probably in there. You know what I'm saying? whatever. You got to buy your food while you at work because you ain't about to strip on no empty stomach. But that's a date. Everything taps into it. And again, we in Atlanta. There's folks out here dancing for $5 dances, like $5, $10 dances. Like how
Busting it
the
wide.
money don't add up.
They don't
You got
justify the ends, bro.
right, and
They
people
mostly
think
single. Think about it. These are some of the most baddest women in a way where they're in the environment to make them seem like the most desirable women in the world. You know, because when you go to strip club, it's low lights, it's low, dark, semi-dark, it's little light, glowing lights everywhere. They make up, everything is customized to look like the most desirable women in the world. Even though when you go outside, this might be a different story. But think about it. These women aren't the wives. They aren't the leading category of professional wives. Think about that. But they're the most
but
desirable women in one area.
if
But
you
men
ask
aren't.
women though, if you ask women, that's what y'all like, ain't it? Number one,
It was
yes,
so
we like
simple.
it.
Right.
Number one, yes, we like it. Number two, we like it now, not forever. Like, fuck wrong with you? Why you think men? Why do women think men are so immature that
We like it
we?
up until this $200 limit.
Right, I'm gonna let Future have her. The fuck you mean? Future can give her a house. She ain't about to have my kids. Mm-hmm.
You can get wild, right? What are you talking
Can't
about?
leave that to Future and Drake, man. They live that life. I can't take no stripper to no networking event with me at work. I can't take no stripper to no to no holiday party, no Christmas party.
Right. I mean, you know, that's the thing. Now again, we fuck with strippers, you know, but our viewpoint is the longevity of it all. Like and we fuck with the strip club heavy. And the thing is, you rarely would go in the strip club and 1 month to another month, it's gonna be rare that you're gonna see the same girls in there. They
Mm-hmm.
transition so many clubs. It's not, if the club scene was popping like that, they'd be in that same club for years. They're not even in that same club for months. You know what I'm saying? Like your favorite girl can be gone next week. You ain't
Your
gonna know
favorite
where.
your favorite girl is getting is paying $600 for a 2 bedroom, and she living in the hood. So all that oil she put on her is probably on top of dirt.
Oh God, yeah. When AIM broke that down in the group chat about how, you know, the strippers is like, yeah, you know, them girls that they wearing those outfits, they don't even wash them outfits every day. I was like, damn, I didn't think about
Yeah, that thong been up the same crack for three months, bro.
sweaty crack. But hey, I'ma still
Cause it,
go in there and fuck around out there for
you think
dance.
she wash it? You think she washing her outfit every day?
I
No.
know, I know, man. But I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I'm still gonna go in there and bust them pies wide open.
It's
I
you
ain't taking it
still
off that there. I'm gonna put my COVID mask on and shit. All right,
mm,
man. So we about to wrap this up. Any closing thoughts, closing remarks before we end this thing, man? It's been deep,
um
and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30.
my biggest thing is always just having that value for yourself and um black men, the best thing you can do is value yourself, man. There's gonna be a long, slow grind, and as long as you committed to the slow grind, you gonna put yourself in a better position. Being an adult, being responsible for people, it's gratifying if you embrace it. Because if you don't, you're gonna just have this level of resentment towards it. Get yourself a beautiful, something beautiful to work towards. Beautiful wife, beautiful kids, beautiful, something with longevity as well, and make sure that you are working diligently towards that. Because it's always fun to date multiple women, and that's cool when you're young. But when you dating different women and you look down and you look up and you done spent all this money and the women change and they not there and you do everything on Valentine's Day and she gone by damn Father's Day. It's like He got no Father's Day gift after he just spent $300 on the date.
Ah, oh, the truth. He said she
But,
called by Father's Day. Goddamn. You got something for Mother's Day too.
right. That she and you took her kid. You gave her some. You paid for her kids a meal to go. What's wrong with you?
Been
She
there.
made a good. She made a good ass story about how her kid was hungry and if you're gonna be a part of her life, you need to start now.
We're a package deal. That's a fact, God. That's a fact, man. All right, well,